Hello, dear students. Today I am going to take class on the topic soaps and detergents. Okay, so we know that what are the uses of soaps and detergents, isn't it? So we know that what are the uses of soaps and detergents because we are using soaps and detergents in our daily life. So, we didn't know what is the mechanism of cleansing action of soap and cleansing action of detergents, how it has happened, how soaps are cleaning clothes. So, that we want to know about through this class. So, first of all, what is soap? So, soap is nothing but it is sodium or potassium salt of long chain carboxylic acid. So, soap is sodium or potassium salt of long chain carboxylic acids. So, that you should know first. Then, second thing is soaps are having two parts. That means soap molecules having two parts. They are hydrophobic end and hydrophilic end. So, soaps having two parts, hydrophobic end and hydrophilic end. So, that head. So, in this soap molecule, that head part is always hydrophilic and that chain part is hydrophobic. So, you can see that in the picture figure 4.12 you can see that. So, this is an example for a micelle, so that we can discuss later. So, first of all, that single strand, you can see that in that figure, that single strand or single molecule. So, single molecule of soap contains one hydrophilic part and hydrophobic part. So, you can see that. So, this sodium Na plus, that area is hydrophilic and that chain part is hydrophobic part. So, this is an example for a micelle. So, micelle means it's a cluster of soap molecules or cluster of different soap molecules that cover oil droplets. So, that oil droplet is the dirt. So, always dirt particles are oily in nature. So, around that oil droplet, there is a cluster of soap molecules are there. And each soap molecules contain one hydrophilic part and one hydrophobic part. Then Na plus, that is that round part is hydrophilic end and the hydrophobic end is that chain part. That means hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tail. So, this is an example for a micelle formation. So, this way this cleansing action is done, so that we can discuss later. So, first of all, you should know about what is soap, and it contains two parts. Soap molecules contain two parts, they are hydrophilic end and hydrophobic end. So, we can move to the activity 4.10. So, take about 10 milliliter of water each in two test tubes. Add a drop of oil or cooking oil to both the test tubes and label them as A and B. To test tube B, add a few drops of soap solution. Now shake both the test tubes vigorously for the same period of time. Can you see the oil water layer separately in both the test tubes immediately after you stop shaking them? Leave the test tubes undisturbed for some time and observe. Does the oil layer separate out? In which test tube does this happen first? So, this is the activity. So, in this activity we are taking 10 milliliter of water in two test tube and we are adding cooking oil to both test tube. Cooking oil, that means oil to both test tube, and label them as A and B. So, to test tube B we are adding to test tube B only we are adding soap solution, few drops of soap solution. Now we are shaking the test tube vigorously for the same period of time. So can you see oil and water layer separately in both the test tubes immediately after you stop shaking them? Okay, so in one test tube, that is test tube A contains only water, 10 milliliter of water and oil, and test tube B contains oil, water plus soap solution. So how we can give an conclusion for this activity? So we know that, so in this activity, so we can we can get a conclusion that, so when we add soap solution, what will happen there? There is formation of micelle. So that we discussed earlier. That is, when we add soap solution to this, so what is happening there? So micelle is formed around the dirt particles. So around the dirt particles there is a formation of micelle. So this is the micelle. You can see in figure 4.12. This is an example for a micelle formation. Okay, so this is about micelle formation. Once more I will explain that. So soap contains two parts, that is hydrophobic end and hydrophilic head. So this hydrophilic head only dissolves in water. This hydrophilic end only dissolves in water. That means it is water loving. That hydrophobic part only dissolves in oil. Hydrophobic end is, that is carbon end, that is carbon chain. Carbon chain is only dissolved in oil. So that means oil will dissolve in this hydrophobic end, and hydrophilic end always dissolves in water. So this way we can remove the dirt from the cloth. That means so when this micelle formed around the dirt, what is happening there? So you can see that, so this sodium part, that sodium part is hydrophilic, and that part will be outside the cluster, that is away from the micelle formation, or that is away from the oil part, but the hydrophobic end is towards the oil part. So that means always this oil part will dissolve in the hydrophobic end. Okay, so that is about micelle formation. So this oil will dissolve in hydrophobic end and followed by the cleaning of that dirt from the cloth. Okay, so oily, so always this dirts are oily in nature, so we can clean this dirts by this method. So when we use soaps, what is happening there? Micelle formation is happen there, and there is two part, hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tail. So what is happening there? This hydrophilic end always dissolves in water, and it is water loving. It is always towards water, but this hydrophobic end is towards the oil, and that oil part will dissolve in hydrophobic end and it will remove from the cloth. So this way micelle formation happen and followed by cleansing of dirt from the cloth. Okay, so that is about soap's cleansing action of soap. So first of all, so what is soap? Then how it is used for cleaning dirt from cloth. Okay, so you should know about what is the cleaning action of soap. Then next is about detergents. So soaps we already discussed, sodium or potassium salt of fatty long chain carboxylic acids are called soaps, but detergents are different from soap. So we cannot use soap in hard water. There is two types of water, soft water and hard water. So hard water is nothing but it contains magnesium or calcium salt. So this hard water contains magnesium or calcium salts. So because of that, this water is hard in nature. So we cannot use soap in this water, this type of water, hard water. So we can only use soap in soft water. That means water that do not contain or does not contain magnesium or calcium ions. Okay, so in this hard water, magnesium or calcium ions are present. And here we can only use detergents. So detergents are nothing but they are generally sodium salt of sulfonic acid or ammonium salt with chloride or bromide ion. So it is similar with the soap, but some differences are there. So soaps are sodium or potassium salt of long chain carboxylic acid, but detergents are generally sodium salt of sulfonic acid or ammonium salt with the chlorides or bromide ions. Okay, so both have long hydrocarbon chain. So soaps and detergents have both long chain hydrocarbon chains are there, but some differences are there. Okay, so hard water contains magnesium or calcium ions, and also this detergents can be used for in hard water, but soft water does not contains any magnesium or calcium ions. We can use soap in soft water, but detergents can only used in hard water. Okay, so what is the reason why we cannot use soaps in hard water? So that is due to when we use soap in hard water, there is a insoluble precipitate is formed. That means scum is produced. This is an insoluble precipitate. But in detergents, when we use detergents in hard water, there is no scum produced. Insoluble precipitate does not produce in detergents. So we can use this detergents efficiently in hard water. Okay, so scum is an insoluble precipitate. Due to the formation of this scum properly does not we cannot clean this cloth properly. So we can use detergents in hard water. Okay, so that is about detergents and soaps. So this way we can know about how detergents and soaps are cleaning dirt from cloth. Okay, thank you.